Good morning, students. This video is for SDL chapter, that is data handling. In previous video, I had explained you all what is data handling, what are pictographs and bar graphs, and also we had solved our checkpoints question number 1 and 2. Now in this video, we would be solving our application book worksheets, that is worksheet 11.1 to 11.6, that is based on bar graphs and pictographs. Okay, so let's start with our 11.1 worksheet. Okay, so children, again, we are going to start data handling chapter, application book page number 31, worksheet 11.1. Now I'm reading the question, listen to me carefully. Students of grade 4 were asked about their favorite electronic gadgets. Answer the following questions on the basis of pictographs shown below, where one symbol of that child represents 15 students. Okay, so children, here the pictograph has been given already. They have shown you the data of grade 4 students who like, which is their favorite electronic gadgets. Based on that, this pictograph has been made. So looking at this pictograph, you will need to answer the questions which are given below, where here the key is this one, the symbol of the child represents 15 students. Okay, now look at the different types of gadgets, which are electronic gadgets given, like iPod, digital camera, mobile phone, e-book reader, washing machine, mp3 player, TV, electric lamp. Okay, now in iPod, children, there is no symbol given, that means no students like iPod. Okay, now let us start with the questions given there. Which is the most favorite electronic gadget of the students? Now, children, the answer for this questions you can write in your application book itself. If you don't have your application book, then you can write in your notebook. The first one says, which is the most favorite electronic gadget of the students? Where is the more symbols given there of the child? That is mobile phone. That is mobile phone. Then name the gadgets which are favored by equal number of students. Where can you see that symbol of the child equal? Where is equal there? Here it is equal, right? In digital camera and in washing machine, it is 4, 4. Then in MP3 player and in electric lamp, also it is 2, 2. It is same, right? So which gadgets have equal number of students? Same, digital camera and washing machine, and also mp3 player and electric lamp. Then name the gadget that no one likes. Which is that gadget? I told you already before, that is iPod. Then what is the total number of the students? How do we find that? We will add all this and we will find the total number of students. So the total number of students are 405 students. Okay, looking at the symbol, children, you will find the children for students for each gadgets, and then you will add all, then you get it as 405 students. How many more students liked mobile phone than digital camera? Now, mobile phone is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And digital camera is how much? It's 4, right? So, how many more students like digital mobile phone than digital camera? It is 45 students. Okay, so you need to subtract mobile phone minus digital camera. You get it as 45 students. So this answers you can copy in your application book page number 32. Now let us start with another question of worksheet 11.1, that is B question. Now children, here also they have given you a pictograph and you need to answer the questions given below. Okay. A school collects money for 3 charities. So a particular school has collected money for 3 different charities. The pictograph shown below represents the money denoted by the students. So how many students, how many money is been collected by the students? It is shown in this pictograph. Now this one circle, can you see a one circle? It has 4 parts, but this one full whole circle stands for rupees 1000. Now look at the table given there. the pictograph. The charities, the three different charities are Save Tigers, then Save Trees, and Save Dolphins. So money collected for Save Tigers. How many circles are given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each circle, full circle stands for rupees 1000. So Save Tigers, how many it is collected? Rupees 5000. Then Save Trees, 4 circles are there, so it would be rupees 4000. And Save Dolphins, 2 circles are full and 1 is half. So half of 1000 will be how much? 500. So 2000 plus 500 will be rupees 2500. That is being collected for Save Dolphins. Okay. Now let us answer the questions which are given there. Answer the following questions on the basis of the given pictograph. How much money is been collected for the charity Save Dolphins? As children, we have calculated 2 circles stands for 2000 rupees and half is for 500. So 2000 plus 500 is rupees 2500. Which charity collected the highest donation? Highest donation, that is of rupees 5000, is being collected by Save Tigers charity. So you will write their answer as Save Tigers. Then what is the sum of the donations of all the charities? So you will add all the charities, that is 5000 plus 4000 plus 2500, and you get the answer as rupees 11500. Now, which charity collected least amount of money? Which charity has collected least of amount of money? That is Save Dolphins, right? It has collected rupees 2500. So that is the least amount of money. So right there, Save Dolphins. Then how much money have they collected together to save trees and tigers? So you will add 5000 plus 4000. That is rupees 9000. So total amount collected for for saving trees and tigers is rupees 9000. This question also, children, you will write in your application book, page number 33. Now, let us start with our another worksheet, that is worksheet 11.2, page number 34. Now, I'm reading the question. Listen it carefully. Grade 4 students had balloon competition at the school. The pictograph shows how far some of the balloons traveled, where one symbol of balloon represents 100 balloons. Okay. Now, the region they have given you, that is between the school boundary, between 10 kilometer and 20 kilometer, between 20 kilometer and 30 kilometer, and about 30 kilometer. And they have given you the number of balloons traveled. So one symbol of balloon stands for 100 balloons. Okay. So between the school boundaries, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 into 100 will be 500 balloons. Then next category is between 10 kilometer and 20 kilometer. That is 3 balloons. So 3 into 100 is 300 balloons. The next one is 20 kilometer and 30 kilometer. That is 2 balloons are given. So 2 into 100 is 200 balloons. And above 30 kilometer, one symbol of balloon is given. That is 100 balloons. Okay. Now, again, looking at this pictograph, we need to answer the questions given below. Answer the following questions on the basis of given pictograph. You have understood what is this pictograph about. Now, let us answer the questions. How many balloons had traveled between 20 kilometer and 30 kilometer? So, 2 balloons, 2 symbol of balloons are there, and each symbol of balloon stands for 100 balloons. So, 2 into 100 is 200 balloons. You will write the answer as 200 balloons. Okay. Next, then, how many balloons had traveled between 10 kilometer and 30 kilometer? 5 balloons are given there. So 5 into 100 is 500 balloons. Now look at the third question. How many balloons had traveled about 30 kilometer? Now only one balloon is given. So that means it stands for 100 balloons. So write the answer there as 100 balloons. Then, which band of distance has maximum number of balloons and how many? So between the school boundary, this band has the maximum number and it has 500 balloons. Okay. Now, what is the fifth question? what is the total count of balloons used in competition? So you will add all the balloons, that is 1100 balloons. Okay, you will add all the number of balloons and you get the answer as 1100 balloons. Then what is the total number of balloons traveled within school boundary and between 10 kilometer and 20 kilometers? So within school boundary it is 500 balloons, and 10 kilometer and 20 kilometer it is 300 balloons. So when you add, you need to find the total number of balloons. So you will add 500 plus 300, that will be 800 balloons. Okay, again children, this worksheet 11.2 page number 35, you can write the answers in your application book. Okay, let us start with our worksheet 11.3 question number A, page number 36. Again, the pictograph is given here. The pictograph given below shows the number of persons who traveled from Agra to New Delhi on each day of a week. So they have given you how many persons have been traveling each day from Agra to New Delhi in a week. Okay, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They have given you the data for that week, and they have given you the key as one smiley face. Okay, one smiley face stands for 50 passengers. Okay, so one is for 50 passengers. Now answer the following questions. How many passengers travel on the following days of the week? So for Sunday, you will count all the smileys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 are there. 17 into 50 is 850. Then for Monday, you will count the smileys and you get the answer as 600. Again, you will count the smileys for Tuesday and you get the answer as 750 after multiplying. Then for Wednesday it is 500. For Thursday it is 950. For Friday it is 800, and for Saturday it is 1000. So what you have to do, children, for finding this answer, you will count the smileys given for each day and then multiply that smileys by 50, because each smiley stands for 50 passengers, and you get all these answers. Now, this was the first question. Okay, we have completed our first question. Now look at the second question. Which day has the maximum number of passengers? Saturday has the maximum number of passengers, that is 1000 passengers. Okay, how many passengers travel during the week? So full, all the passengers you will add all this 850 plus 600 plus 750 plus 500 plus 950 plus 800 plus 1000, and you get the answer as 5450 passengers traveled during that full week. Okay, now fourth question. Which 2 days are the busiest days of the week? So, which is the busiest days of the week? Where in which 2 days the passengers had traveled the most? That is Thursday and Saturday. Saturday, we know, children, it is 1000, and after 1000, which is the day where the passengers have traveled more, that is 950. That is on Thursday. So they have asked you which 2 days. So you will write the name of that days, that is Thursday and Saturday. Okay, now how many passengers traveled on Saturday and Sunday? So Saturday is 1000 and Sunday is how much? 850. So 1000 plus 850 is 1850 passengers in total. Again, this question, children, you can write in your application book, page number 37. That is worksheet 11.3. Now let us go to the next question of your worksheet 11.3, page number 37, question B. Now, children, pay attention here properly. This is a different sum. Here, they have given you the table and you have to draw a pictograph. You need to prepare a pictograph for the data given below, representing the birth months of grade 4 students. So, grade 4 students' birth month have been collected. There are for January 25, February 10, March 30, April 40, May 5, June 15, and so on till December. Now, they have given you the symbol already there. The key has been already given there. Use one candle, one symbol of candle for 5 students, and you need to prepare the pictograph. Okay, so for making this pictograph, children, we don't have space in our application book, so you will be writing this in your application notebook. Okay, you draw this in your notebook. You will draw this table. It would be having months, number of students, and frequency. So the frequency for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, you will first write it from your application book. Then according to the frequency, you will be drawing the candles. Now they have already told you each candle stands for 5 students. Now look at January. January, it is 25 frequency. So 25 divided by 5, you will draw 5 candles. Then February, it is 10. So you will draw 2 candles. March, it is 30. So you will draw 30 divided by 5 is 6 candles. April, it is 40. So 40 divided by 5, you will draw 8 candles. May, it is 5. So only 1 candle. June 15. So 3 candles. July 45. So you will draw 9 candles. August is 35, so draw 7 candles. September 30, draw 6 candles. 35, 7 candles for October. November is 15, so you will draw 3 candles. And the last one, December, it has 25. So 25 divided by 5, you will draw 5 candles. Okay, so in this way, you will be drawing the pictograph using the data given in your application book. Okay, the way I have drawn, the same way you will draw the table and draw the candles given there. And also whenever you draw a pictograph, the key you should mention there down at the end. Okay, now let us start with our 11.4 worksheet, page number 38. A question: the bar graph given below shows the number of students flowers in a garden. Okay, different flowers in a garden. So number of different flowers are there in a garden. This graph is showing that. Read the graph and answer the following questions. Now look at this. Down here, types of flowers are given. Different types of flowers are rose, jasmine, orchid, sunflower. On the y-axis, they have been given the scale of 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That is number of flowers. Okay, and title, always whenever a bar graph is given, a title is a must. You will write there a title based on the information given. Here it is flowers in the garden. Now children, we have learned about the pictograph. Here we will be answering the questions based on bar graph. Okay, first one, find the total number of roses and jasmines in the garden. So how many roses are there? 20. And how many jasmines are there? The bar graph, the bar is given till 40. So 20 plus 40 is 60. Okay, so total number of roses and jasmines are 60. Then second question says, which type of flower is maximum in number? Look at the bar graph, children. Which type of flower is maximum in number? Which is the highest graph drawn here, bar graph drawn here? That is sunflower. That is still 100. So which type of flower is maximum? That is sunflower. Then how many orchids are required to be equal to the sunflowers? So orchids are less than sunflower, children. Can you see here? Right? And sunflower are more. Sunflowers are 100 and orchids are 60. So how many more orchids are required to be equal to sunflower? So to find that equal, you will subtract number of sunflowers minus number of orchid. That is 100 minus 60 will be 40. So more 40 orchids are required to be equal to the sunflower. Okay, children, understood? So this answer is also, you can write it in your application book itself. There is place given there. You can write it in that. Let us move on to the next question of your application book, page number 38, worksheet 11.4. That is question number B. The bar graph given below shows the number of students in a school born in different months. So here the bar graph is given. But it is showing the number of students in a school. They have born in different months. How many students have been born in January month, February month, March month, and so on. Okay, so read the graph and answer the following questions. Again, you need to read the graph, understand the graph properly, and then you need to answer the following questions. Now pay attention here. The title given is birth months of the students. Then here on the y-axis, it is number of students and the scale is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And on the horizontal, that is x-axis, months are given, that is from January to December. And they have given you the information. For example, January 5, February 10 students, again March 5, April 5, and so on. Okay, now let us look at the question number 1. How many students were born in November? November, look at the bar graph drawn. It's still 35. So 35 students were born in month of November. So right there, 35 students. Second question. Find the number of students born in the month of July. Now pay attention here. Look at the July bar graph. July bar graph is still 20. So how many students have been born in the month of July? That is 20 students. Okay. Now, in which month the most number of students were born? Where can you see the bar graph the highest? It is November, right? In November month, the most number of students were born. So right there, November. Then in which month the least number of students were born? So there are least number of students born. There are 3 months. The 5 students are born. That is January, March, and April. So all the 3 months you will write, because in that month least number of students were born. That is January, March, and April. Again, this worksheet, children, you can write it in your application book page number 38. Okay. I hope you'll have understood this. We have read the bar graph and we have answered the question based on the bar graph. Now, we will be starting our application book page number 41, worksheet 11.5. The table shown given below shows the number of students sold by a shopkeeper in a week. So the table given below shows the number of toys that is being sold by a shopkeeper in a week. That is from Monday to Sunday. How many toys have been sold by the shopkeeper on a particular day? So on Monday, how many toys were sold? 60. Tuesday, 90. Wednesday, 70. Thursday, 100. Friday, 110. Saturday, 120. Sunday, 140. What they have given you, you have to draw the bar graph using that, and you have to also answer the questions given below. First, we will be drawing the bar graph. How do we draw the bar graph? First, this question also, children, there is no space to draw the pictorial form. Okay, so first you will draw the pictorial form, not the bar graph. You will draw the pictorial form, and then after drawing the pictorial form in your notebook, we will be answering these questions. So the question says, represent the information in a pictograph. Okay, in a pictorial form. Pictograph you have to draw, and one smiley stands for 20 toys and half smiley stands for 10 toys. And then answer the following questions. Now pay attention here, children. This pictorial form, the pictograph, you will be drawing in your notebook, as we don't have space in your application book. Okay, how do we draw the pictorial form? The table. First you will write the days, the number of toys, and the frequency. Write all the days Monday to Sunday, and the frequency are already be given in your application book, right? So copy it down from application book, the frequency 60, 90, 70, 100, 110, 120, 140. And also we would be writing down there the key, that is one smiley stands for 20 toys and the half smiley stands for 10 toys. Okay, now 60 is there, so 60 divided by 23 smileys you will draw. 90 is there, 90 will not 90 divided by 20 you cannot do. So what you will do, for 80 you will draw 4 smileys, and for 10 you will draw half smiley. So 4 full smileys and 1 half smiley, that will be 90. Again for 70 you will be drawing 3 smileys full, that is 60, and 1 half smiley, that is for 10. So 60 plus 10 is 70. Thursday is 100. So 100 divided by 20, you will be drawing 5 smileys. Then Friday is 110. Again, you will be drawing 5 full smileys and 1 half smiley. That is 100 plus 10 is 110. For 120 divided by 20, you will be drawing 6 smileys. That is 120. Okay. And on Sunday, how many toys have been sold? 140. So 140 divided by 20, that will be 7. So you will be drawing 7 smiles. Okay. So this way you have prepared the pictograph for the data given there according to the key given there. Yes, the key was already given. 1 smiley stands for 20 toys and half smiley stands for 10 toys. So similarly, we have drawn in our notebook. Now after this, we also have the questions which we need to answer in your application book, page number 41, worksheet 11.5. Okay, look at the first question. How many toys was sold on Tuesday? Look at Tuesday. How many toys was sold? That is 90. Okay. How many toys was sold on Friday? Friday, how many toys was sold? 110. On which day the maximum number of toys was sold? Where can you see, children, the maximum number of toys sold? The highest number is 140. That is on Sunday. So on Sunday, the maximum number of toys were sold. Okay. So in this question, children, in your worksheet 11.5, we have seen the table and we have drawn the pictograph in our notebook, and then we have also answered the questions given there. Okay. Now, let us move on to the next question. More questions are there on this. On which day the least number of toys were sold? So on which day the least number of toys were sold? That is on Monday. How many more number of toys was sold on Thursday than on Monday? So to compare, then from Thursday and on Monday, Thursday is 100 and Monday is 60. So 100 minus 60 will be 40. Okay, to compare the toys sold on Thursday, then on Monday, you will minus, that is 100 minus 60 is 40. Then sixth question, how many less number of toys was sold on Friday than on Sunday? So again, to compare, you will compare Friday and Sunday. Friday is 110 and Sunday is 140. So 140 minus 110 will be 30 toys. Okay. So we will be writing here 30. So this way we have completed our worksheet 11.5, this sum on toys. You will be writing these answers of this question in your application book itself and draw the pictograph in your notebook. Okay. Now, we will be starting with our next worksheet, that is worksheet 11.6, page number 42. Here, they have given you the data. They have given you also the questions. You need to answer that questions and also draw the bar graph. Now, pay attention here. Following marks were obtained, okay, by Daksh in a class test in each subject out of 100 marks. Now, science, Daksh has scored this marks in the class test. Science, he has scored 30 marks. Social science, he has scored 50 marks. Hindi, he has scored 20 marks. Then English, he has scored 60 marks. And math, he has scored 80 marks. Okay. So based on this, first, we will be drawing a bar graph. Represent the above data shown in a bar graph, and then we will answer the questions. Okay. Now pay attention here. Here in this bar graph, children, you will be always drawing a bar graph. You need a graph paper. You can buy one graph paper from the shop and draw this in that graph paper. Okay. You need to draw this in your graph paper. First, always, whenever you draw a bar graph, you need to write the title for that bar graph. So here, the title would be marks scored by Daksh in the class test. Okay. Now, the scale you will be taking according to the marks given. Here, I have taken the scale as 1 unit is equals to 10 marks. Okay. 1 unit is for 10 marks. Can you see here? So here on the left hand side on this vertical axis, you will write 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And here you will write, name it as marks scored. And on x-axis, that is on the sleeping line, you will be writing the different subjects, that is science, social science, English, Hindi, maths. Now, for science, they have given you that Daksh has scored 30 marks. So you will be drawing this bar graph till 30. Now remember, the width of the bar graph should be same, and also the distance between the different bar graphs should be equal. Okay. Now for science, 30 till 30 you will draw. For social science, he has scored 50 marks, so you will be drawing till 50. Then for English, he has scored 20 marks, so till 20 you will be drawing the bar graph. For Hindi, he has scored 60 marks, so till 60 you will be drawing the bar graph for Hindi. Okay. And for maths, he has scored the highest marks, that is 80. Okay, so you will be drawing till 80, this bar. Now after drawing, children, see to it that your lines are straight. Please draw this bar with your ruler. Don't draw it freehand. It should be drawn with a ruler. And also the y-axis and x-axis also, draw it with ruler. Name it. And see to it the width of the bar graph and the length which is given in the information given below. It's correct. Okay, the marks code is already given in your application book. Look at that and you will draw the bars. Okay, now after drawing the bars in your graph paper, we will answer the questions given in your application book. Okay, represent the above data in a bar graph. We have already done that. And then answer the following questions. Look at the first question. In which subject did Dash score maximum marks? He has scored the maximum marks in math subject, right? Second, in which subject did he score the minimum marks? That is which subject? 20, that is Hindi, right? Then third one, how many more marks did he score in maths than in science? Maths is, how much children? 80, right? He has scored the highest marks in maths till 80, and science is 30. So 80 minus 30 is 50 marks. Okay. In which two subjects did he score below 50 marks? So down to 50 marks. In which two subjects he has scored? That is science and Hindi. Hindi has scored 20 and science he has scored 30. So it is Hindi and science. Then in which two subjects did he score above 50 marks? So not 50, but above 50 marks. That is English and maths. That is 60 marks and 80 marks. So this answers, children, this would you can write in your application book as there is space there. Okay, or else if you don't have your application book, you can write it in your notebook. So in this way we have completed the sum on bar graph of your worksheet 11.6, page number 42. Thank you so much, children. I hope you all have understood the worksheets of your application book, that is from worksheet 11.1 to 11.6. So this worksheet we have solved based on pictographs, how to draw a pictograph, and also if a pictograph is given, how to read that pictograph and answer the questions given there. Similarly, we have also learned how to draw a bar graph on a graph paper and answer the questions based on the bar graph. Okay, thank you so much.